Today, two top law enforcement officers from Nelson County are set to face a judge on felony charges. Sheriff Ramon Pinaroa and Deputy Chief Brandon Bryan have both been indicted following an investigation into alleged misconduct, including abuse of public trust and theft. According to court documents, Bryan is accused of selling evidence vehicles illegally and took items from the sheriff's office, while Pinaroa is accused of retaliating against employees who reported that wrongdoing. Both are expected in court today at 2 p.m. A person is in critical condition after being hit on Hurstbourne Parkway. Metro Police say it happened just after 9:30 last night at Hurstbourne and Bunsen Parkway. The driver stayed at the scene and the person hit was taken to the hospital. Right now, we're still waiting to hear about their condition. Police are now investigating a shooting that hurt two people and scared the students and parents of a nearby elementary school. It happened yesterday outside of Coleridge Taylor Elementary in West Louisville. The LMPD says the suspect is still at large. WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester have those details.
I heard the noise and
Former State Representative Charles Booker of Louisville hearing at least a dozen gunshots with his two young daughters as he was picking them up from Coleridge Taylor Elementary School at 11th and Chestnut.
All I could think is we're sitting ducks.
Jolting the pickup line to a sudden halt.
It was discovered very early on that it was not an active aggressor at the school. There was school staff that called it in after hearing the gunshots.
Just behind the school, one woman was left shot in the stomach and another man grazed after an altercation on Place Blanc in the City View Park apartment complex, scaring neighbors and families.
We've all experienced this trauma, but the fact that it happened as they were leaving school, and my daughter Preston was afraid that someone was going to run up and shoot her, and no child should have to feel that fear.
JCPS halted dismissal and changed pickup location away from the scene. Victims of the shooting are expected to be okay.
There's gunshots here pretty often.
In less than a year of Christopher Druin working security for a church nearby, he says he's counted 5 shootings in an area that's patrolled.
They come over there and sit in the parking lot and write their reports and stuff like that, and I see them once or twice a week, every week, sometimes maybe every other week.
The reason behind the gunfire is still under investigation. Early on, police say they have a handle on who is involved.
We have some ideas, but of course we would love to have further help from the witnesses that were here.
But the former lawmaker is calling for change.
This is so close to home for so many people. Enough has to be enough.
For the safety of children. In Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
The LMPD is asking anyone with information to call the anonymous tip line. That number is 574-LMPD. You can also use the online portal. A man is now facing murder charges a week after a deadly shooting in far eastern Jefferson County. Metro Police say that 22-year-old Terry Matthews turned himself in yesterday at the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office downtown. He's charged with the murder of 19-year-old Quincy Coleman. Coleman was shot last week on River Oaks Circle near the Fincastle neighborhood. Matthews is currently being held at the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections. Now, Metro Council Committee has voted against repealing the city's current mask ordinance. It was a heated debate last night at Metro Council. Members argued whether or not they wanted to repeal the decades-old ordinance yesterday. Some worry that the mask ordinance allows LMPD to discriminate, but one Metro Council member actually pointed out the original ordinance was put in place to be anti-discriminatory.
The original reason this was passed was because the Ku Klux Klan was marching down Main Street, essentially, in Louisville, faces covered, terrorizing people that live in this city.
Let an LMPD officer stop me. What way can I identify to them unless I disclose my medical information that I have the right to wear this mask, right?
The mask ordinance dates back to 1983, and it was loosened during the COVID-19 pandemic. The mayor brought that ban back last year following a fatal shooting that happened outside of a PRP high school football game. The police say they've narrowed down a list of suspects connected to a deadly shooting outside the Valley Station driver's license office, but no arrests have been made yet. It's the latest update in the case from the LMPD chief, Paul Humphrey. The chief says he's confident in the case is close to an arrest of more than one person.
I believe that we have some good suspects in that triple homicide. We believe that that is going to be group related as well. And I trust that And one way or the other, we will be able to bring that case to closure and make some arrests on that case.
Chief Humphrey gave that update yesterday. It is the first time that he's mentioned there being more than one suspect involved. Now, he did tell us last month that he believed that this was a targeted attack and gang-related. Back on February 21st, an 18-year-old was shot several times, and 2 women were all shot once outside of that office. All 3 of those victims died. The 2025 NCAA tournament tips off today with an exciting first-round matchup between our own Louisville Cardinals and the Creighton Blue Jays. Louisville enters the tournament with a strong 27-7 record, securing a number 8 seed, while Creighton finished 24-10 and earned a number 9 seed. That game tips off the tournament and tips off today at 12:15 inside Rupp Arena in Lexington. And of course, WHAS11 Sports Director Kent Spencer is going to be there at Rupp today. Our own Saranda Raboyne is on her way to Milwaukee, where UK takes on Troy tomorrow. We'll bring you all those highlights right here on WHAS 11 a little bit later on.